Welcome home, Joseph. There is much to do about what has occurred, but right now is not the right time. Follow me and Professor
So
to
in
the dungeon. Where you will... We are going to store you, sir. There is no use for you to talk right now.
store
You
me?
are in chains for a reason.
What am I, some sort of fucking animal to you?
You are right now, sir. I do not know what you are. Let me make this clear, Mr. Joseph. When you were returned to us, your body had been severed, sir. Severed. Injuries beyond the pale of life. Are you understanding me? Are my words making sense to you?
No. There's no possible way. After all, I'd be...
It's useless.
After all, I'd be dead.
You were dead, sir.
Very much so.
Now, you are a danger to the rest of us, because we do not know what power courses through you. We do not have an understanding, and it is time for you to come clean with everything you know. However, given that we were unable to open the truth circle on land, and I would prefer an expert to be available, you will be stored. You will not make a fuss. We are going to get to the bottom of this, Mr. Joseph.
You realize you're going to ask me questions I don't know the answers to, right? I've been spending the last fucking 3 weeks attempting to find some sort of answers, and I've been shrugged off by everyone. I don't know what you hope to gain, but I don't know.
I don't care, Joseph. At this point, I don't care. We're going to get everything that you have done while you were outside, without orders. What you were doing.
You should ask that to your bloodthirsty instructor.
Oh, we will be asking those questions. For now, though, there's no further use talking to him. Unless you have some
further use. See, that's the problem with all of you. None of you ever fucking ask me anything. It would try to give you the fucking time of day. You...
Get this finished with.
Oh, don't sound so solemn.
Now's the time to shut up, Joseph.
Act like you suddenly care. Walk myself. You of all people, I thought would be different.
No, sir. I'm a professor here. I'm a professor, Joseph, and you, perhaps unbeknownst to you, are a danger to us.
What has classified me as
we
such?
understand.
Who have I hurt?
I do not know, Joseph. I do not know. And apparently you were telling me that you do not either, if there was anyone. Let me ask you, what do you recall of what occurred to you? Why were you outside the camp?
I was walking, attempting to run from, well, someone I'm sure you know very, very well.
You can expand upon that answer. Now would be the time.
Tried asking Carver about any of this.
I'm asking you, sir, because you are present.
You asked for a name, I gave you a name.
No, I said why.
Guess is about as good as mine. Carver's had a doubt for me since the beginning.
You continue to say Carver's name, but you have not answered me why you were out.
I was running from Carver. Is it that hard to insinuate? You really need me to spell it out. Context clues weren't enough.
No, sir, they were not.
Damn portal. Got anyone to ask questions to, you should ask him. Very particular conversation with, well, someone else you're going to find out.
Explain to me, sir. Stop dropping it on him. Explain to me why you were out there.
Again, I'm telling you
You said
everything.
because of...
I was running from Carver.
Why, sir? Why?
Saw the look in his eyes. He was chasing after me. I had no choice but to run.
A professor chasing after you?
Surprisingly enough, not as unlikely as you think. Happens a lot far more often than I'd like.
I don't know if it's unlikely, sir. More of my concern is why you felt the need to run from him instead of being a proper student and attending to him.
You can see the murderous intent on his eyes. He didn't want to talk. He wanted to end it right there and right now.
It's an interesting theory you've come up with.
Not a theory if it's true.
You will have ample time to think up excellent excuses for why that is.
I'm not making excuses. I'm telling you what it is. You of all people I respect. Of course I'm going to tell you the fucking truth. Maybe you should try listening.
I have heard everything you have said, Mr. Joseph.
Nothing but constant ridicule since I've been here. The question I've asked has been shrugged off. You at least try to listen.
Rest, Joseph.
Rest.
We will attend to you anon.
Sit me in here again, leave me to rot.
Yes?
That was the plan
Yes.
after all, wasn't it? You're rather used to throwing me in
Joseph,
here, aren't you?
get in the cell.
Why should I?
Professor, move him
course.
into the cell.
Let go of me! How dare you?
I'm fully aware of what you've done, Joseph. You're not as secretive.
What
as
I've
you
done? What have I done?
The other professors would like a truth circle.
Oh.
To differentiate whether you even are aware of what you have done.
I'll be more than happy to participate. As for all, I've done nothing wrong. I didn't ask for this.
You yourself
I...
physically broke into the relic room. You yourself physically took that artifact from the chest.
broke into the relic room. I didn't even know the relic room was below me. Until Headmaster showed me. In what way?
That would work
How
if
could
there weren't witnesses.
How could I break into a fucking room?
Captain.
Fucking excuse me, I'm talking to you.
Close the door, please, madam.
How could I break into that room if
There's
I didn't even know if
nothing
it's
else to
excuse?
talk about until it is time. When Professor Willow is here, we can use the circle. Our conversations will continue, I assure
I
you.
can in one moment.
Never.
I like to believe this isn't your fault.
Oh no, it isn't my fault. Not that you'd listen. You suddenly start caring. Why?
It's not that I don't care, Joseph.
You sent me to die, Albrecht. What's your excuse for that?
I had to make a tough decision.
A tough decision of keeping me in the safety of a medical tent versus telling me that I must go out and then watching
Safety
everyone
of
around
a
me.
medical tent. In
Everyone.
an area that was unguarded and the site of a siege.
Right, and the alternative.
happened to
The
find
alternative
individuals during
was me
watching.
walking out with the rest of them, right? And to some degree that makes sense. However,
Surrounded by cadets and
how...
professors.
Right, surrounded. I was awfully alone for most of that. In what part of that was I surrounded by cadets? Hmm? Or are you talking about the... No, are you talking about the one that dragged me back?
Joseph, if
You
wish to
understand
keep
that
quiet,
I
let the
cannot
professor reply to
maintain
you.
Control over the entirety of the formation when I have other professors to pick up after and squads that do not issue orders. My eyes cannot be everywhere and mistakes will be made. I did not want any harm to come to you, Joseph, and it is my fault that it did. I am aware.
Never once to
There is
apologize.
nothing I can say more than sorry. Oh, I did, just not to you. I could not get near you at the time.
Funny how that works out, isn't it?
Either way, remain here. Await Professor Willow when he returns, and we will get to the bottom of this. And if we are wrong, we are wrong, but I am afraid I do not think that is the case.
Don't forget, Albrecht. Your scars are your doing.
May I have a moment with him?
I'll be sure to check in on you to bring you anything you need for food or water or otherwise, okay?
Right. Looking forward to it, madame.
Joseph, you felt Carver was a danger to your life. You said he had a killer look in his eye.
Charged up as well. I did.
What? Why? What would give him a reason?
I don't know. He talked to Melanie and then suddenly started making a beeline towards me. I don't know what
Melanie.
I don't know what she said or what she had done. Though I was already midway from covering for her misdeeds. Attempting to.
Which misdeeds are we speaking to?
That we know very well. Library. Nadoria.
Covering in what way? She was already guilty.
At the time, it was unknown to me that it was public knowledge, at least to some degree. God damn.
The librarians.
Rah, rah. She ruined the opportunities for her entire race. She showed no remorse, no disbelief, no... It even seemed slightly off-put by it. In fact, she was proud of what she had done. I gave her a stern talking to, tried to set her straight. Directly afterwards, she walked to Carver, said who knows what, and Carver starts running towards me. Fearing for my life, after all, I can't fight Carver, let alone most of the things we encounter. I ran. None of the other students have ever helped me before. What would change now? Carver could say anything, and they would immediately run towards me. In fact, this, in and of itself, is a byproduct of that, is it not? I'm treated like an animal now. I didn't ask for any of this. None of it.
You're treated like a dangerous creature.
I'm not.
Just like Alpha.
I am not a creature. I am Joseph Asmodeus Joko. Human, might I add.
So then, Joseph, given the extent of the injuries that were on your body, how do you explain those?
I don't know.
That you came to us
I
and were recovered.
have no recollection of such injuries, ma'am. You know I tell you the truth. You know.
I do. But I'm still going to put you under a truth circle. Not because I don't trust you, Joseph. Because I don't know if you can trust yourself.
Trust myself, of
Let me ask you a different question.
course.
What is your last memory before you returned and woke up on the ship?
Running. Through Aldoria. I made it to the docks.
That's it?
So, I thought my quickest way of escape would be to potentially run myself down there, see if there was a boat leaving. Perhaps save myself a few precious moments. I was unsure of whether or not I could outrun him. Actually, most certain I couldn't. I made my way to the docks. And that was it. My
What's
assumption
your last memory?
had been that Carver had caught up to me, unbeknownst.
I cannot discount what you tell me. Would you like me to send Melanie to talk to you? Or is her chance already expired?
I think you're looking at this the wrong way. I don't think she wants anything to do with me. I don't know what she said to Carver, but anything as unpleasant as what I think it was.
So,
Long story short,
would you like
look,
me to ask her?
if you would like to send her down here, I'm sure she would love to come down and gloat.
You know, Joseph, do you think you know Melanie well?
I thought I did.
If she comes down here and reacts differently than how you expect, what will that mean to you?
Not sure.
You're smart, Joseph. Evaluate. Observe. I will not tell her to be nice, kind, or change her mood. I will just tell her to come down, that she has the opportunity to come down and speak to you. That is all.
Will you come down and let me know if she won't?
Of course.
So be it.
Give me 15 minutes to go find her and bring her here, or I will let you know.
Can we do anything about these shackles? Or is this a necessity as well?
No.
Well, I've got nothing on me.
We're not certain.
There's chromatic glass. I've got nothing on me. I can't cast magic without a focus. What are you worried about? I'm gonna hit my head against the bars?
Joseph, 3 weeks ago, what happened at the school? 4 weeks ago at this point.
God. I haven't the faintest clue. Wait,
You
what?
and a group of students
At the
awoken.
door. I had heard about it from Melanie before. Chip seemed to have had some form of information on it prior, but of course didn't tell anyone because that would be too convenient and helpful. I watched every student make every possible mistake, break under the pressure.
So, is protection unnecessary then? Given we do not know what caused that.
Then why aren't the rest of the 8 here, in shackles as well? Why are they suddenly written off?
Were they dead?
They were not, and neither was I.
You were, sir. You were dead, Joseph. You were not alive. You want to know what was most fascinating to me? In a morbid way. I have had much experience with magic. With the undead and with other such creatures, things. There's one observation I have made. Those creatures that do have fluid flowing through them. It flows through their bodies. It moves in a very certain way, using the same tracts and capillaries and blood vessels that exist. The fluid may be different. It may be organic or inorganic, moved by some different force. But it moves. Joseph, your injuries, when you returned to us, dead, were not bleeding. However, there was circulation within you. Your heart was beating. And if you'll notice the back of your hand, you'll see a small cut made with a scalpel. That bled a bit. The rest of your injuries were not bleeding, sir. Until we sew your skin back together and sealed it. And suddenly the blood returned. Something, Joseph, powers you that we do not understand. Or at least powered you through your experience. Something that you are telling me you do not know. I will trust you. That is why you are wearing those shackles. For now. Is it logical to you?
Fortunately, so.
I will go find Melanie. I will let you know if she will speak to you.
Argue with that. Fine.
Sorry, Joseph.
You know I respect you. And for her to hear, not like I have much of a choice.
True. You don't. However, I appreciate your candor, sir. As always, you know, I give respect for honesty. Until you prove otherwise, I will believe your words.
Been honest this entire time and no one's listened to me.
I do, sir.
Everyone shrugged it off as a
I will
miracle.
speak to Carver.
Magical mystery. 15
It is a
minutes, right?
mystery.
Yeah.
Thank you for your permission.
I was constantly find myself here. Shackled. Necessary. Why was Carver chasing after me? What did Melanie say? Not quite remember. Rather eerie here. Ask for any of this. I just wanted answers. That's all. Only the one person who, at least to some degree, stayed by my side has now turned against me. is now actively seeking ways to ruin me any way she can, just because I dared to even turn to her and question what she had done. How did I deserve this? At least it seems Captain Silver's is for the most part still on my side. I really can't argue with her logic. Not on the shackles, but what really bothers me is Albrecht playing coy. He knows what he did. Just the very fact that I told him he didn't apologize, and his knee-jerk response was to say, "Oh, not to you." As if he doesn't owe me an apology. Wounded soldier, barely able to stand, walked me up, picked me up, told me to go. Tried to convince me to be safe around there. I'd have been better off laying there. Or at least if they were going to send me out, they should have sent someone to guard me. No, that would have been too simple and make too much sense. Why me? All I wanted to do was study. And some form of enhancement to my weak magical ability. Read books, learn history, further the Joko name. How do we end up here? Or rather, why? Don't be shy. How is it on the other side? Is the sky still blue?
Somewhat.
For
It's still
now.
morning.
Afternoon, Professor Vaughn. I'm glad you've decided to
Just
invite
thought I'd have my
yourself
privacy.
to conversation.
Afternoon. Oh yes, you
I
cannot
was-
see the sky. No, it is morning, my dear friend.
I was told I would have some privacy.
Who told you that?
Madame Silver.
Hmm? She did not do kind to tell everyone else. And if that is the case, I will leave you be for now, but I will be back. Speak to you later, Joseph. Huh?
Up yours, Vaughn.
He can probably still hear you. You need to wait at least 10 to 15 seconds. Then talk shit.
You have a new cut on your neck. What happened?
I nearly got beheaded by a minotaur. Seems they have it out for me.
Rather unfortunate. Pretty neck desecrated like that. Say!
I think it suits me.
How do you say to Carver?
I figured that's why you tried to run. Pathetic attempt, but
No, I quite
Still-
clearly remember making it out, but I don't recall anything that happened after I made it to the docks. Why are you... Not because I tried to tell you off for quite literally barring your entire race from a library.
I didn't. That was a possible punishment. You want to know what my actual punishment is?
Why, they let you off easy?
Community service.
Oh. Well, thank God for their generosity, then. I'm glad you were let off easy for desecrating a national library.
Yeah, I'm not the criminal here, so...
You're not the criminal here.
I'm not. I wasn't even the one who did it. I was covering for someone. Like a good cadet.
It's not... It's nothing to do with being a good cadet, first of all.
Yes, it does. It's called watching your squad mates back. If anything,
You're...
I did the right thing. Because
You-
if they found out a human witch took it, necromancy, she would be fucking beheaded.
So I was right, it was Specker. I mean,
Yeah, you were, but the teachers already know that, so I have no problem telling you.
glad to see you alive. Never cared much for that.
I don't believe you. Why did you run?
Father was going to kill me. I ran to
No, he
save my
wasn't.
life.
You want to know what Carver said? Carver said he's not going to do anything until he speaks to the other professors and gets a word in. I don't understand what you have against Carver, but he's not a monster.
You're right, he's a predator.
In what way is he a predator? Please,
Seen the way he looked at you.
go on. Yes, but Joseph, I think you forget. I'm 147 years old. If anything, I'm the predator here. Or did you forget that? Maybe I've never told you my age, or you don't care to remember since...
I don't believe we ever talked about it. In all honesty. Look, think of me what you will. There'll be a truth circle tomorrow. I want you there. You can give whatever answers you want, and I can give whatever answers I don't have. And we can put this behind us. We can move the fuck on. I don't know any more or any less than anyone else.
Even after I betrayed your trust,
I
you want to move on.
I want you at that circle, so you can get whatever fucking answers you need. We can stop acting like children about this.
So you are lying, and you just want me to be there to humiliate me in front of everyone.
I want you there so you can get whatever answers you need to talk to me.
I got my answers.
No, you haven't.
Some things I can live with unanswered. I don't think I want to know the truth, Joseph, because there are some things you have said to me that I very much doubt. But if I find out that you're fucking
Such
lying
as
to me-
what?
Oh, what a perfect scheme it would be to woo the only girl that's close to you, so she doesn't
We already played
give you
this
up to
game
the
at the beginning of the
authorities.
year, did we not? But we were past that.
I don't think so, because you're still flip-flopping.
Just... please. Come. It's an invitation, nothing more, nothing less. If you don't want to come, don't. I won't force you to, but I also won't make you late. Just... take that as you will. Glad you're not dead.
How are you not dead?
I don't know. I don't have any recollection of what had happened. Or do I think I will have any form of answer about it? At least not easily. It's going to be a very, very disappointing truth circle, I can tell you that for certain.
You can always lie in a truth circle, you just need to know that your way around it.
I don't intend to lie.
Try not to freeze your limbs off.
I never did.
Not like it would matter. Joseph, I don't...
You don't what?
I did what I did for a reason, not because I was angry. Because you are a danger to yourself. Soon enough, it doesn't matter if you can keep getting up over and over and over again, you're not going to have any limbs to stand on, okay? So just... I gotta go.
Right. Bye.
Fuck this up.
Miss you. Mean it. All the time I've been here. For all the bullshit. The circumstance out of my hands. He's been there. No, I don't even... Rather ironic. Vina had always told me if I was just honest and open, like me, would at least let me do what I had pleased, but seems to have always only have caused problems. I imagine if I had kept quiet and in my own business, it'd be different. Wouldn't be here, chained up. Never meant to wrong her. I did what I had to do. It was just convenient, the feelings. The Professor Vaughn. Me. As I can't sleep till makes his way back over it. They bring up a good point, though. Wounds bleed. I didn't. All I've ever done was follow what I thought was right. Do what I thought was right. Yes. The decision I've made is conscious. Oh, why? Why is everything I do wrong? They treat me like a beast. And they'll be afraid of. Do I have any magic? No capabilities. No skill in any of the respected forms. I'm just me. It's all I've ever been. I suppose I never died before. I thought that was supposed to be a blessing. They wait long. Third bell already. All cold. Probably don't even care that I'm down here. Don't exactly have any squad mates to worry about my whereabouts. So my stay here will be largely unnoticed by the general public. Unless they all come down to laugh at me. What happened last time I was locked here? At least I'm sane this time. Wouldn't probably say that last time. I finally had it all together. My thoughts were collected, my mind clear. Got injured. Job. Now I'm being punished for. Regardless of how you pin it. Professor Albrecht is the one who started all of this. If he hadn't sent me out that day, where would I be now? Probably with the others doing whatever unnecessary task they ask of us. Our usual.
You're just gonna sit here, huh?
Do I have a choice? Was I not made aware of it?
I
Are
don't
there
know,
games
I
in here?
assume you would have some mystical power to astral project or something.
Mystical.
I don't know if you've been informed yet, but Rin's dead.
Pardon me. Rin's dead. What happened?
Arenaria Sungrove
Yes,
is no
I
longer of flesh.
understand who she is. What happened?
While you were busy being restrained to the bed.
Try looking me in my eye. Go on.
I was protecting Hannah while she was tied down to a altar table. I look over and I see Rin getting gutted by a drow. Some Blackguard member who needed to have one last fucking slash, and it was her. Probably paired with the Elder Bloom, she did not survive the injury. And now there is a rumor going around that one of the vampires has her, and they are not at the school, and that he is turning her.
Which would effectively save her life, would it not?
Or turn her into something that no one wants to see.
What?
She's no longer going to be Rin. Sir, is she going to be herself?
Once again, perspective. I do not know for sure. Vampirism is a fickle thing. Either you come out the same, or you come out different. How different? There's no telling. I've always had, well, despised vampirism. Something that should have died long ago. Something against the laws of nature itself.
Isn't that a perspective as well, though?
Given what I have seen, I think anyone who does not share such an opinion should not be trusted.
If I get to see Rin again, I will blast vampirism into the ground.
Hopefully she loses her mask.
Vampirism is all that saves her life. It's dark magic. And a disease.
Dark magic isn't such a bad thing. Not all the time.
No, it is not. Which is why I use it quite vividly.
Going to say that's kind of his whole ick.
Indeed. My affinity is
You should
range
see him
from
when he's
dark to
injured.
flame.
He controls his head by moving that bone around like this. It's really
Yes,
creepy.
all my energy is drained from my body. I have limited movement. Takes energy to move fingers, limbs,
So,
my neck even.
I have one final question on the matter. Rin, so she's dead, but possibly coming back. What? She's being turned into a vampire, then returned to us?
I don't know. They didn't bring up anything like that during the announcements. They just said that she's dead. So, if anything's going to happen, it's probably going to be illegal and another thing that the school has to cover up since that's the running fucking...
Don't look at it. What did you do to save her
The
life?
world is covered in black ink, Melanie. You will soon find out every great civilization, government, and/or organization has to cover some things up, not for publicity's sake.
I wouldn't have
For the
expected it from
safety
the
of
surface
their
dwellers.
existence.
You guys are just so good and nice and great and protecting everyone. The Underdark, I can expect it.
The Underdark is different than every other kingdom that exists. Sanction, country, even Hell's Gate has its flaws, and it was designed to be perfect. but it's far from it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry to of your friend. Obviously, we don't know whether or not she'll return, but I'm
It
sorry.
happens.
Never quite the friend to me, but at least I can sympathize.
She cared about you.
Funny way of showing it.
I can't say that for much. Well, I mean, you give off hurt puppy vibes a lot. Draws anyone in.
That's what they call pity.
That seems to give me a lot
I mean,
further
look at
than
him.
this. Look at him, what?
Nothing.
I don't know what that means. Take Joseph compared to the rest of humans. And I'm the same way compared to the rest of my kind. But I'm no hurt pup, though. All by rising above your circumstance, becoming stronger. I mean,
It's a
hell,
weakness.
you've survived death itself somehow, and without vampirism in the equation.
Twice. Actually.
Yes, twice.
I have no recollection of the
Isn't
second
that
Well,
occurrence.
unlucky son of a bitch. Apparently, you were attacked by something, and you wound up with a sword in your gut. Well, side. And you weren't bleeding from it. No gushing blood. As if you bled out.
I've heard all about it from Captain Silver. Rest assured. Ron, you're the matter you'd wanted to speak to me about. If you want answers, I don't have them.
Not answers, just examination, I feel.
What do you want to examine?
Should I go?
Even feeling. No, it's perfectly fine. I just want some questions answered for matters of research purposes. Do you feel any different since you didn't die?
No. Largely the same. A bit drowsy. Mildly nauseous.
Yes. That does occur when you survive certain death. Let's see, your thoughts, do they feel clouded in any sort of way, or any whispers?
No, never
Things
have.
telling you to do anything? No, never have.
Careful,
Tell me.
Professor. He knows how to lie through his teeth.
I can detect lies if I choose to, but I will not. This isn't about the answers, it's about the demeanor of his person.
Well, I'm
It's
shackled
something
here.
about your body, not your mind.
My mind is quite fine, I assure you. I'm thinking clearly.
That remains to be seen. Half of it is bandaged up.
Quite fond of it. Perhaps I'll get a mask like yours.
I have many masks, many
You
faces.
don't need a mask.
Actually,
You
I
of all people.
ordered one to be made quite a while ago.
Well, why not, I suppose. Maybe I'll let you borrow my eye doctor's mask. From good old Garantine Haven Fire. The third. Life, former vessel, now visage that I use. This mask is quite good, actually.
Right.
Good condition.
Look, as far as I can tell, I'm normal. Nothing is off, nothing's different. Just me. Always have been. Again, I don't have any answers. I've been asking questions after question, but I haven't gotten any answers back.
That is because you're on the side of the bars that need no answers.
No, but previously, I've been asking questions about this for, God, weeks now. She can attest to that. What are you doing?
Nothing.
What about dreams, sleeping, nightmares, any?
None.
No dreaming about that general, have you?
No.
Interesting.
I never had much
From what I heard, he said your name, he spoke to you. What did he say?
What?
Pardon? Who?
The general, back when he was released while in the deli
Talk to you?
He talked to all of us.
He wouldn't be saying that if it.
Your guess is about as good as mine. I couldn't hear him over the commotion. He said my full name, then something else that was incomprehensible.
Your full name. But he also
How did he
spoke to Evan.
Albert,
Hold on.
Sorry, ma'am.
It's all right.
I don't recall anything else, no. It was hard to understand him over, the screams of pain from my colleagues.
Yes. I could hear it echoing through the dead thing. Unfortunately, I didn't get too far before I was slammed against all the walls of the cave. That was fun. Never thought I'd be lifted off my feet quite like that in a matter of, seconds. But regardless,
You
we'll
realize...
speak more later.
Pardon, one more time.
We will speak more later.
That's all you've got. Basic surface level questions. I don't know anything. If that's all...
I don't need to ask anything complex. Just basic information is good for me.
Cool, what's happened. All the details to it. You'll come back with more questions. You won't get answers. Because I don't know either. This one can attest to that. I've been asking for weeks.
There are other ways of getting answers.
Usually we as humans try asking. That doesn't work, we're shit out of luck.
They could truth circle you. Albrecht could jump into the recesses of your mind. I don't know what they're gonna end up doing to you.
They're going...
But truth circles are very easily broken.
I'm not going to try to break. I'm going to try to answer to the best of my ability. I want you there. You'll see no frostbite on me.
We'll see about that.
Does that mean you're going?
I was gonna go anyway. Don't need your invitation. Get my answers.
Well, it's there. Whether or not you want it, that's your choice to make.
So gracious of you.
Not much else I can offer from behind these bars. I am also shackled, so can't exactly make you any tea.
It's
Well,
probably for the best.
oh, big scary Joseph's going to cast no magic behind the chromatic glass torch.
Big scary Joseph led me to the Colosseum when I had that book and held a knife to my neck because he was scared I was gonna get him caught for what he was doing.
Oh,
Or am I wrong?
I did what I had to do. You know this.
It didn't work though. It backfired on you. If you hadn't pulled that knife on me, I would still be putty in your hands. But no, you panicked, didn't you?
Didn't want to hurt you. But you were going to try...
But you threatened it.
But you were going to try to play some vigilante angle.
You could have told me the fucking truth.
I didn't know the truth.
Yeah, you did.
No.
You knew exactly what you did with that
No,
book.
I didn't.
Then why the knife?
Scared.
I was simply following orders from the headmaster. Scared.
You've seen...
Scared that it would
You've
be you?
seen, though... Who wouldn't be? Given the circumstance of what happened.
If they find out it's you and you're being controlled, you're not in trouble.
That's not how
They
it
could
works.
get it out of you.
That is not how it works.
Yes,
You know how I know?
it is.
You know how I know?
We have professionals.
Von tried.
How?
At the beginning of all of this. He was blasted back in that same form, his strong form. He was blasted back against a fucking wall. He couldn't so much as come close. Von can't, who can.
So that's what they meant. There's something in you, isn't there?
I don't know, Melanie. I
What
don't
if you're
know.
sick? What if it's just a disease that is curable?
Not. It would have cured me.
What if they don't know about it?
Then they won't have a
What
cure.
if it has nothing to do with what's...
If it's some disease, they don't know about it. Then there's no cure. You
A
realize
disease
that,
that makes you forget treason.
Melanie. I know just about as much as you do. They will kill me.
Then
They won't try to find a
I
solution.
just don't understand
Neither
the
do
knife. I don't understand why I was a threat to you right there.
You are going to play the vigilante card. You're going to go tell all the necessary sources everything you knew, which in turn would make them take the easy way out.
Which means the problem would have been found, and you would have been getting treated by now.
I would not be getting
You
treated.
wouldn't have gone to Aldoria.
I'd be dead on a ditch somewhere.
You would not be dead.
I would.
They would help you.
You haven't seen the way they look at me. Ulrich sent me to die.
I have. I have seen the way they look at
You
you.
realize...
That's why I'm up your ass 24/7.
Look, you realize that Ulrich sent me to die, right? You realize this entire fucking school conspires against me. At first I thought it was delusions, but now look at where we're at.
Joseph, you don't give them much to work with to believe you.
I
The fact that you're not what they say you are.
just try to live my fucking life.
Then what the fuck was that under your bed?
I don't know.
Or do you just... You don't know anything.
I
You don't know
don't.
anything. You've never seen... Look at me in my fucking eyes and tell me you've never seen that goddamn instrument before in your life.
Have I seen a flute? Yes, I've seen many flutes.
No,
I have
that
not seen...
particular weird-looking flute.
God, no. Looks shabby, the thing. If I was going to pick up a flute, I'd
That
have
looks
much
kinda
better
cool.
taste.
So you do know how to play a flute.
I know to play everything. Wasn't exactly my choice. You realize that tends to happen when you come from a family of musicians, right? Playing instruments just kind of comes.
If it was just a flute, then why did they take it?
I don't know. I didn't even know the darn thing was there. Albrecht tells me I broke into some sort of relic room. Apparently it's the room below me.
You were the only one with the other copy of the book, Joseph.
And I was the only one without the key to that door. Nor do I possess the powers to
I don't
break it
think
open.
it was locked.
Why the hell would they not lock something like that? Then they're the idiots.
Or maybe it was locked and whatever has a hold on you decided
Oh,
that it
come
was
on.
time
What? So
for
this
it to
thing's...
be unlocked.
what? Now, suddenly this thing's a master locksmith. What else can this thing do? You think I can dance now if I tried?
You're alive. Twice over. I'm pretty sure a party trick, like unlocking a door, would be nothing. You got flattened like a pancake, and then you got cut in half, like a ripe piece of steak. I saw it. I didn't see it the first time, but I saw it the second time.
We're going to back up
Don't
a bit.
fucking laugh.
Ripe piece of steak.
Rare. Fuck off. I was gonna say ripe fruit, and then I was like, nah,
Sorry.
we're going with steak.
Either way.
Food on the boat sucked, right? Want some fucking steak.
Think of me.
Anyway.
Think of me what you will. Alright. I know what I saw, I know what I've done, and I know what I haven't done. The truth circle will prove it all.
I have a lot of things that I would want to ask you,
Do
but
it.
I'm just gonna get the same goddamn answer.
That is why I want you there. Ask me questions. Get whatever you need off your chest. Off your chest. Not only throat forward with this, I may be scared, but I'd like to have a friend.
Acquaintances can spend time together even though they may not trust them fully.
I don't want an acquaintance, Melanie. I want a friend. You were always there for me. Was.
Don't pull this shit right now, Joseph.
Not trying to pull anything. Just be there, please. Ask whatever questions you will. Get this over with. Don't have to be. Answer your questions. And get your answers.
I don't want to ask you in a truth circle. I want to ask you to your face. But I'm scared if I ask you now and then ask you the same question tomorrow, I'm going to get differing answers.
Let's do it. Ask me now. Come on. You want to prove
Did
it?
you tell me you... Did you tell me you love me